Welcome back to Bake the Podcast. I'm really excited about our episode today. We have Aqeelah Harron with our new Friendship Hotline series. Today we talk about mom friendships, how to build your village, and why it's so important to connect with other moms. Enjoy. Okay, so let's talk about the power of mom friendships, which we actually have been talking about for like 10 minutes already. Do you want to share a little bit about why we're talking about this topic?
I have come to realize in the last few months myself just how important my mom friendships are to me. So for those who don't know already, you and I have obviously had a friendship for a very long time, and now we've got our friend Sarah as well, and we each have a toddler girl. And so they play so well together, and then we get to hang out.
Yeah.
And there's just been so many perks to like our little group. It feels like a village. And I've just come to realize that you can have the most amazing, most supportive, most intuitive partner ever. But there's just some things that your girlfriends and your mom girlfriends are going to understand on a level that they just won't get. And that's also okay.
And it's almost like this non-judgmental space, if you want, because I know a lot of the time, obviously I've got you guys with Salma, and then with Khalid, I've got like a whole other separate like group of people. And just to like bounce your sort of grievances off of each other.
At that stage.
Yes. And then with you guys, like I'll write in there if Salma's doing something that's like traumatizing me or like I'm struggling with.
Yeah.
And then there's like a no judgment space.
For sure.
So if you're like, you know, guys, my kid is like throwing a tantrum or whatever it may be, there's a space where you don't feel judged and you also feel held. So then, you know, we've got people to give us advice or just hold space.
Yeah.
It's not always an advisory board of...
No, definitely. But for me, I love the social aspect of it as well, because like I only have one, you guys have multiple. But so my daughter obviously loves to play, and she loves to play with kids her own age. And the play dates just feel so hands-free when they're together.
Yeah,
like
that's a good way to describe it.
So hands-free. Like, except for when we go to the park, you're just kind of like, don't die over there, okay?
No, it's because Zia wants to be a big girl and they show off their skills with each other.
Yeah, they do.
It's a bit dangerous.
But other than that, I mean, even when we're literally here chilling on your couch, like we're just chilling, we're just hanging out, and they're keeping themselves busy, and we get to have that social adult interaction, which is so important. So it doesn't necessarily mean we're talking about mom things. We have our own entire friendship.
It's really just killing two birds with one stone,
Yes,
really.
exactly. And I've also come to realize like how lucky we are to actually have that, because I think with certain friendships, like certain mom friendships can be restricted solely to the mom category.
Yeah.
Which is okay. It's fine. It can really help you still cope, and it can be really supportive. But I hope that people will feel encouraged to let down their walls a bit more and let that mom friend be your friend, even without the kids.
Yo, that's actually, like if I think about that for myself, that's kind of tricky because I have two children and then I have my friends outside of like parenting. And I do tend to categorize my friendships now just because it makes sense for my lifestyle. So then I'll have like work friends, which is like when we're going to events, and the specific people I really enjoy seeing, and they are part of my life. And I consider them friends, but I wouldn't necessarily see those people outside of like that category. And then similarly with school, which I know you have just started that journey, but then once you get into the school phase, like Khalid's in grade 1, I've got a separate group of friends for Khalid, and we chat all the time, almost daily about school stuff. But then I can't see that living outside of like the school environment. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, we spend so much time at school with extramurals and like rugby matches and whatever it may be, that I am with those girls a lot. So it's like, how do we sort of transcend that barrier? Like for you and I, it's easy because we already have an existing friendship. But I wonder, like, how do we transcend the barrier of like, okay, we're only talking about potty training and do you know what I mean? Like what do we do to transcend? I'm asking also for myself because I feel like you've done it so well. Like how do I, with those moms at school, maybe transcend that school barrier?
Well, I think
Or talk about other stuff?
I think naturally you do speak about, other topics of conversation are going to enter whatever you are talking about.
Yeah.
And, go down that road, explore, test the waters, because it's the same as like for any other reason, making friends in your 30s. Where do you find these people?
Oh gosh.
You know what I mean? It might be at yoga,
At
it might be at school, it might be at the office.
Yeah.
At some point you do have to let those walls down and be a little bit vulnerable. And some people are going to look at you and be like, okay, you're a bit weird. Like, why are you oversharing? And then that's not my
That's
people.
not your people. Oh, so good.
And that's just what it is. Like you and I are oversharers. We just are those people.
I've really tried so hard with the school people to not overshare, but I have overshared already. And it's so embarrassing, honestly, to face people. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have told them that. But I suppose it's actually a positive thing now that I'm listening to you speak about it, like to be vulnerable and allow people in. And actually I've made a really nice friend through being an oversharer.
Yeah.
And now we like have each other's backs, like when it comes to anything related to like our boys and what they're going through and the greater school environment. Because I do feel like this year school's taken up my whole life. And like one thing I also want to touch on is the fact that like I feel guilty about my friends outside of my motherhood life. Because I have a lot of time for you girls because honestly it's convenient. Like I get to, my child is happy, she's playing with her friends and I'm playing with my friends. Like it's a nice thing. And then on the flip side of that, I'm really occupied with school with Khalid because he's in the foundation phase and it's very hands-on, and I'm spending most of my time with those parents and hanging out with them, that my friends outside of parenting don't really get much time with me outside of maybe a phone call every now and then. And then I do feel guilty because like they also matter to me and I want to be there for them,
I mean, I think it's we're in our 30s, everybody's in a different season. One person's starting a business, one person's having one kid, one person's having 5 kids, one person's having no kids,
Or like people going through breakups and I can't relate anymore because
you can't
it's
relate or
beyond my like realm of thinking, I guess, because I'm so boxed into like parenting.
But I feel like just in general, vulnerability and empathy goes a really long way.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much power in that. You're millennials, so we come from that era of perfectionism.
Yeah, we do.
You have to be stick thin. You have to be the girl boss who does it all. So you have to have your career. You have to be the super mom. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I just find like so much strength and like relatability with other people when you just go, actually, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. And this is who I am. And today, if I'm going to see you, I'm going to look like crap, actually.
Yeah.
So that's
I
what
had
you
one
need
of my
today.
friends reach out to me and ask like, is everything okay? You've been really quiet. Like, what's going on? And like, it was funny because I guess it might feel like I'm using my kids as an excuse, but it's really not that, because they really are the excuse, because their life has taken over my life, especially with like extramurals and all this kind of shit that they're doing now. I feel like I can't find myself in that, And then certain friends fall by the wayside because if I don't physically see you at an event or like some sort of social like engagement, then I don't have time to even pick up the phone anymore, or like the closest I get is like sending you a TikTok meme because there's not like I don't have time. So it's been very much like something I have to work through. And then maybe I've started thinking like maybe then those relationships no longer fit in with my life. Do you know what I mean? If it's not easy, then is it worth it? I don't know.
I mean,
look at me asking you for advice. You're like, I don't know, girl.
It's tricky. I think we're all trying our best.
So for me, the question mark is, do I continue those relationships? And then like, how do I end them? And like, there's a little bit of grief attached to that because like, you've had so much fun with this person and like you spent so many years together, but now it's just not aligned because I have kids forever. Like I'm never not going to have kids and my life's always going to be this way now. So, and it's not fitting.
So I've had this before where basically I just kind of went MIA for a year because I've just felt like I was drowning. Like I was drowning in work and I was having health issues and my child needed me so much. And, when you're self-employed also, that's like a whole other hustle.
I know.
You don't get paid sick leave if you don't work.
And then you just ghost people because you actually don't have money.
No,
so
it's not even about that. It wasn't even about that.
That's me.
so
I'm like, I can't
consumed.
go out to eat. Don't text me.
No, for me, it was just that I get so consumed and I want to hand on everything, and I spend time on like lots of little details, and before I know it, I'm at my desk at 1 a.m. So it's not even that, it's just the hustle, the building, the trying to be a good parent, the health. Anyway, I just basically went into a hole building my life for a year, and I realized I hadn't spoken to this one friend in like a year, and I hadn't not spoken to her, but you know, I'd seen her in passing here and there, and we've had the odd message, but we didn't have like us, like the essence of us. And I also feel like you don't always necessarily have a type of chemistry with every single friend. They're just some people you have this like essence with, you know, that and you don't want to lose that. And I just realized, I was like, wow, I really miss this person, but my life has changed so much. And I just sent her a message, and I was super vulnerable. And I said, listen, this is where I'm at. This is what my life has looked like. I'm genuinely sorry, like, because there's also no excuse. I definitely could have made some more effort to message or to call or to let her know that, because I'm the one that was super, super busy. But I just wanted her to know that I really value you. I really miss you. Can we please like make a plan? And then since then, we have been making more effort for each other. To be honest, I feel like I'm in a hole again though, so I do need to reach out to her again.
No, but I think that being like an adult, right, and having all these responsibilities outside of parenting now, just like in general, trying to make time for friendship is really challenging, and there needs to be some form of like understanding and like forgiveness. I don't know. I have a friend of mine who lives overseas. We literally speak like once in a blue moon. And when we talk, it's like no time has passed. It's all vibes. And when she comes to South Africa, we always see each other, right? I don't feel in any way like she owes me like an explanation for why she's not reached out. Or if I feel like I'll send us like, you know, content of the kids, and I'm like, oh, this is what's happening. Salma can write her name now, or whatever it may be. Or a video. The other day I sent her a video of Salma because it reminded me of her. And she gave like a thumbs up, and she's like, oh my God, she's so cute. It was just a simple thing, but it was like we're touching base. I don't feel that need for her to explain to me like, oh, life has been busy. Because when we do catch up, she fills me in on what's going on, like with her work when she's away. And it feels, like no time has passed. So I almost think like when you mention that chemistry thing, for me, it's like if there's no chemistry anymore, like why are we fighting for this relationship? I feel like I'm okay with the relationship to sort of fizzle out. I don't like, we don't have beef, it's just not working. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel like that's okay. Like I don't need to, I'll feel sad by myself and I'll like have happy memories of the good times, but I don't feel like we need to force it because it's difficult maybe
because
for
of
both.
history.
Yes, or like obligation, because I'm really removing obligation from my life at the moment. I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to speak to you because we have history. I want to speak to you because it feels good or because I care about you.
On that topic, can we talk about building the village? Because the village also requires some effort. At the same time, you and I can be like hyper independent and then we'll say to each other afterwards, you know what, crap, I should have accepted your help when you offered.
Yeah. I'm getting better with that, by the way.
Yes, same.
And so are you. You asked for help the other day with your Worthy Co ad, and I was so proud of you.
I know. Do you know what a
you were
big
like,
deal
hey,
it was
I
for
can't pay
me?
you, but I need someone to act in my ad. And I was like, cool. And then you were like, thank you so much. And then you offered us pancakes, which I'm also looking forward to.
Yeah, no, I owe
Anything
you guys,
for sugar.
I owe you guys a lunch date. But
No, just pancakes. That's fine.
Oh.
Don't want lunch.
So basically, where was I? Oh, so on that topic, we need to talk about the village though, because if you want a village, you have to be a village. You have to go where the people are.
Yep.
So it's not also just about the friendship and hangouts and supporting each other emotionally and all the other things. It's about, hey, it's my daughter's birthday and I've decided to DIY everything and I'm in way over my head. Can you come help me make sweetie kebabs?
Yeah.
Can you come and help with this? Or you know what? I actually just like need some photos of this thing. Can I ask you for help with this thing?
Yeah.
And there needs to be like that back and forth. But
It's a relationship, so
Yes.
you've got to do your bit as well. You
So I
can't just
think-
expect people to be cooking your meals after you've had a baby when you don't
you don't even show up.
show up for that person in any possible
exactly.
way.
So that reciprocation is key. I got to a point in my life in adulthood, thankfully, before I even became a mom, where I do not feel bad about wanting reciprocity.
Yeah.
That's what a relationship is. It's give and it's take. Otherwise, for what must you be there? You're not a charity, like an emotional charity. So it needs to be worth your time. You need to add value to each other's lives and enrich each other's lives. And, I'm going to show up for you. And on your bad days, please show up for me. And it also requires vulnerability from the side of knowing that it's okay to ask for help, getting comfortable with asking for help.
Yeah.
Because it's also unfair to expect your friends to always be mind readers, because people do have their own things going on, So I've just reached that point now where I'm going, you know what, I'm really struggling. Can you please help me with this? Just be direct, say what you need. Because you know what, I think back in the day, pre-kids, or when life wasn't as hectic and we weren't adulting as hard, you could maybe tell like, oh, my friend's vibe is a bit off, or she's maybe not okay, or she's been a little bit quiet. But people aren't always going to be that intuitive.
Yeah.
So I don't think expect people to be psychic about you, but you can also expect a level of help. And I think it's a delicate balance, but I think it's important.
100%. I was actually thinking about a story I heard the other day from another mom friend that said they have this like little lift club where they take the kids to ballet together. So like it's your turn to take the girls and it's my turn or whatever. And she was saying this one parent always expects like a kid to get in the car for the lift club, but never offers to be a part of the lift club. So she doesn't do any lifting, but she's always expecting that there's a seat available for her kid. And that can be very frustrating when you're constantly on the taking end of things. Like, okay, you have a corporate job and life is busy for you, but then what do you provide? Like, why not send, for example, some snacks for the kids then? If you can't lift, which is fine because you have a demanding job, at least send like an after school snack, or like offer to, when it's your time, when you have a moment, whenever that may be, to fetch the kids at once. Do you know what I mean?
There's always a way you can bring something to the table. That's the thing. It doesn't need to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be, I cooked postpartum meals for you.
Yeah.
Can you
must do it
please
for me.
like, it doesn't necessarily need to be that, but there does have to be that sense of showing up for each other. And I think it's fair to expect it to an extent, but I do think you need to ask for that help.
Yeah, and that's how you start to build a village. Like for me, parents always, I think a lot of moms actually ask me, how do I cope when Pani travels and I'm all alone with the kids? And honestly, it's because I have a village system. But when he is here, we do try and offer like our car or lifting or play dates or whatever to other people. Because not with the intention of asking them for a favor. I just try and like pay it forward or return the favor. Do you know what I mean? Because that same parent will then, if I'm in a bind, which I had been a few weeks ago, I needed to spend time with Salma. She was really feeling like she didn't get alone time with me. And I asked this one mom, like, can you please take Khalid for 3 hours just to your place? And like I sent snacks or whatever. And she was like, no, we don't need snacks. Just drop your kid. And I could then take Salma out and she was like, there for me. And then similarly, the following week, she had something with her other son and she was like, please, can you take my kiddo? And then that's how we start to build that system where now we can rely on each other. We both know that our kids enjoy each other and our homes are safe. And, there's like an understanding and we're never overstepping the boundary as well. You're not leaving your kid there for 7 hours.
No, 100%.
Because you'll get people who do that who like, they'll ask you for a favor and then they come fetch their child at like 7 p.m. and you're like, okay, I was happy with the play date, but not a 7-hour play date because that's like, then you're overstepping the boundaries.
Yes, I feel like be clear on what your expectations are.
Yeah.
So I have my sister-in-law, she's really amazing with kids and obviously Zia's got a few cousins at her kids. And so she's really happy to go there. But at the end of the day, I can't just expect my sister-in-law to do everything. So even if I need, say I'm filming at home and I need a place for my child to go that day, I will send it to my sister-in-law with a nanny, or, you know, even my husband will even go there, or, you know, we'll just make sure that there's that extra hand.
Yeah.
And I will pack food, not even snacks. I will pack food. Like I will send pizzas and stuff for everyone just to make sure that, you know,
that you appreciate the
I
favor.
appreciate it. Yeah.
And I think, and just a note before we move on is that even with family, I think we need to be mindful of how we move, because that's also your village.
Yeah.
And we do tend to take advantage of our family members, whether that's our parents or our siblings, you know, expecting our moms, for example, to be like grandmother of the year and not have like needs. So we expect to drop our kid there and then they're there all day and we just like, oh, thank God, like we have a parent to look after our children. And we don't think like, oh, that grandmom, like my mom is like in a series phase, like she wants to watch a series, she doesn't really want to look after the kids, like, and that's okay. It took a long time for me to think it was okay, because I was like, you know, you're supposed to be my kid's granny. If I drop them there, you mustn't ask me what time I'm coming. But I've realized that actually she deserves that same sort of respect that I give other friends who are not family members. And I think that's what you do with your sister-in-law, which is like so beautiful.
On the topic of the village, I think a lot of new moms, especially first-time moms, they're obviously very lost at where do I begin building this village? And you almost feel a little awkward. I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but you just feel a little off now that you are different. Like maybe you're the first in your group of friends, or even just in your little 2-people pod to have the baby. And you don't know now how to relate to this friend of yours, because now you've become a whole new person.
Yeah.
And you've got a whole other person depending on you. And I think we can both agree that when you just become a mom, nothing prepares you for like those
matrescence of it all.
And just those first few weeks postpartum.
Yeah.
Whether it's your body, whether it's the child's needs, whether it's just your headspace, nothing can prepare you for it, you know?
Yeah, you're never ready.
So how do you support a friend in that time? I think is such a important topic of conversation. I've actually had a few people ask me this before. I remember when I was postpartum, for some ridiculous reason, I thought I had to do everything.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling guilty about my husband changing diapers, and he was like, you're being absolutely ridiculous. You don't have to change a single one. You're literally sitting here breastfeeding. You've just pushed a baby out. Like, why would you need to do anything? And the same goes for our friends. So if a lot of women, and apparently this is quite common actually, where people feel this way. And so if you are too shy to possibly even ask your husband to do certain things, or your nanny or your mom,
how are you going to ask
you're not
friend?
even going to ask a friend. So this is like the one time that I feel like if you know you can have a friend that is about to give birth, be prepared to show up, because this is the one time she's not going to ask you.
Yeah.
She's not going to ask you. This
Actually,
is the time
that's so
you
true.
need
I've
to be
never asked for
this
help.
is the one time you need to be a mind reader. So bring the meals, come there, wash up some dishes, sweep if you have to. I don't know
Hold
what
the
her
baby.
situation is.
For me, when I
so
had
that she can shower.
Khalid, when I had Khalid, my friends, to your point, I was the first of the group to have a baby. And my friends would come over, and the best thing that would ever do is hold the baby, because he would hate it being put down. So they'd hold the baby, and I could go and shower, brush my teeth, brush my hair, change my clothes. Because with Khalid, I couldn't really do anything. He like constantly wanted to be held. I couldn't even shower.
I had the same.
It was so traumatizing. And
some days it's still like that.
I know. I know, I'm 8 years in, I'm still there. And I think what my friend Carrie did was so beautiful. Like she came, she's a doctor, she was on call, she popped in and she brought like a whole bunch of woolies, those ready pasta things that you just eat and eat.
Yeah.
She like got some, and then she was like, which one do you like? And I pointed, and she was like, cool. She warmed it up, and like I showered, and she held Khalid. And when I came out, like my food was waiting for me, and I literally just burst into tears, because I was like, oh, I was so hungry. I didn't even know I was hungry. And I was like fresh and showered, and I felt so good. And then I ate my pasta, and I was like, this is a good friend. Like, you don't need to be like bringing, a lot of people sent me flowers, and I love flowers. It's beautiful. But I didn't need like a bouquet of flowers. I actually needed that pasta. It was just so good. So to your point, yes, showing up for your friend and just not asking too many questions. Like if it's a good friend, you know what your friend loves. Like, you know, they love a pasta meal, or they love your lasagna, or they love your like Swiss roll that you make. Like make that thing and bring it over and just dish it up for them and make them a cup of tea. Like don't even ask, because yeah, it is a weird, you feel very insecure and almost like embarrassed to need anything.
Yes,
it's a weird,
you do.
Somehow you feel that way when you have a baby, and I felt it both times.
But also the hormones just make you absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a full understanding of how insane I was postpartum, I had a nanny, okay, known her for years. She's been in our lives for years. I kept her on for more days a week so she could help with Zia. And it took me 3 months before I would let her hold the baby.
Yeah.
That's how not okay I was.
That tracks.
And the only reason that I handed her over the one day was because, and by the way, she has 3 kids, so she's seasoned.
She knows what she's doing, yeah.
Only reason I handed her over was because I was driving myself crazy with like nap times and wake windows and this child is overtired and blah, blah, blah. And eventually she was just like, just give me the baby. I'm going to put it to sleep. I swear to you, in like 10 seconds, he was like gone. And I went, you know, like in the movie, how did you do that? How did you do that? That was me. And then I just went, okay, go. Put on your back, do the thing, do whatever you need to do. And
like
then
I'm ready to accept the help.
Yes, I'm ready to accept the help.
And it does take women, I would say, like around 3 months to get to the stage where you're willing to accept help from your village.
Yes.
And if you are supporting a friend through that period, just to be mindful of the fact that she may not be herself, and that I wouldn't harshly judge a new mom because she's really tired. She's got like raging hormones. She's not the person that you once knew. She's different now, and just accepting her in all her glory.
Know that you're not there to come and care, okay? It's not visiting time. Like, you're not there to see the baby and expect a cup of tea. No, if anyone else comes there, you make the tea.
Yeah.
And make her a cup of tea.
Such a note.
Because I had that happen. Shame, he meant well. But one of my older cousins, at the time, he's a dad now, but at the time he wasn't a dad. I was literally two or 3 days. Were you serving
tea and cake?
Postpartum. No. How much can I overshare?
Don't overshare.
Let's just say, like, I had, what do you call it? I had hemorrhoids. I had like...
Yeah. I had the same thing.
I was in a postpartum
My
mess.
bum will never be the same.
No, I was in a postpartum mess to a point that I couldn't even, like, I was laying on linen savers just with like a towel over me because there was a lot going on down there.
I sat on a donut. You know those donut pillows?
Oh, I have one. Yeah, I had one of those.
And then people want to come and visit you and ask for tea, and you're like, I'm literally currently bleeding. My bum hurts for reasons I can't explain, and I'm sitting on a donut. So I don't think I'm keen for a tea party right now.
For me, it wasn't that. And the worst part is, like, I don't even know if he'd ever been to my house before, but he showed up, meaning well, because in his understanding, it's, you are like a little sister to me and I need to come see your baby because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But baby wasn't the right thing to do, because he also came like after work when his wife found out. She was like, I am so sorry. Because she's just had a baby like not too long ago. So, but she's also the auntie. So she supported her siblings through this. So she knows, and she's like, oh, I can't believe he did that to you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
If any brothers or cousins are listening, don't do this to us.
No, he just thought that he was being polite and that's what you do when you come see his baby. And I was like, and when I heard him at the front door and Margie had opened up, I was like, what do I do?
And dares visit me in this hour.
Put on like a grown-up diaper, threw on a dress, because you know me and my saying, you put on a dress, you're already dressed. And I was like, oh, hi, so nice to see you. And then I was overly polite. Gosh, it was a train smash.
Okay.
Dying. Oh my gosh.
So I think we have to close up because we're going on too long. Should we do red flags versus green flags, or do you want to just bring it full circle?
We can touch on that briefly.
Okay. We can share without sharing, right? What are some of your mom friend So potential mom friend red flags, like you're going to not have another play date.
Red flags for me,
So give us 3 if you can.
if you don't respect your kids, because
Yeah.
I'm of the gentle parent generation where we can be firm and authoritative, but still respect your kids.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise your child's going to adopt that and then she's going to be screaming at my kid, and I'm not down for that.
Yeah.
So that's one. I think another one is just similar shared values.
Yeah. I was
You
literally
know,
thinking that in my head.
I think shared values is a very underrated pillar in friendship, because it's not just about the reciprocity and you can do this and I can do this and we have this chemistry. You need to like have that baseline. So that's another red flag.
Well, it's a red flag to not have
if
shared
you,
values.
If you don't
yeah.
have the shared values. What's the last one? I don't know. I think those are the 2 big ones for me. Do you have one?
Yes. Okay. For me, definitely judgmental vibes.
Oh,
So
yes.
if you like, you know, there's a way to share information.
Yes.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So possibly if I don't know some sort of new research that indicates that you shouldn't do XYZ with a kid, then don't be like, oh my God, why are you doing that? Like, you shouldn't do that. You should do this. That's a rude way to say
No, that's
it.
actually the most obvious. That's probably the biggest red
So
flag.
for me, it's like, it's how you deliver that information, and you come from like a nice place, not a judgmental place. I hope I do that, because I don't.
No, I think you do.
I hope I haven't
Wouldn't
judged
be
any
if
moms.
you didn't.
Oh, okay, good.
No, but I think, yeah, that's definitely key, because as moms, we already feel a lot of the time like, what am I doing? I look like crap.
Yeah.
Am I doing a good enough job? You don't want your friend to be like, no, actually, can you get your shit together? You look a bit crappy.
Yeah, I had someone do that to me, remember? And I stopped being friends with her.
Can you, and why would you do that? Like,
I had one mom tell me that I'd look like a mom and I needed to dress, like, put on some lipstick and go to the mall. I was like,
there's a
we
time
are no
and a
longer
place for
friends.
everything.
I know. Jeez, I just had a baby. And then the other red flag for me, I think, which is like, this shouldn't even be our topic, but for me, it's like with people who like hit their kids.
That's what I meant
just
about the
don't-
respect part.
Yeah,
also.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, same.
And it like triggers me if you're going to hit your child in front of me, and then I like literally want
awkward
to. It's
also,
awkward, and I want to
and-
save your kid, and I just think it's inappropriate. And yeah, I just don't share that belief, and it's very hard to like obviously tell someone how to raise their child, but for me, that's like I'm not going to do a second play date. It's too much for me. Like I can't, like my soul can't take that.
No, I don't feel like it's an effective way of discipline.
Oh, yeah.
It's just maybe you get compliance, but you're not. I don't feel like
No, because kids
psychologically
don't know why you're
that's
eating them.
gonna-
They
No,
don't
they
know.
don't.
They just think you're being mean. They don't know why you're eating them. I think having a conversation with your child when you like cool down is a better way to do it.
And figuring out the developmental
Yeah,
level that you should meet them at
100%.
when you have that.
Yeah,
also
and I
find
didn't
that
get
a lot
it as a
easier.
kid, so I don't believe in eating. That's my personal belief. So for me, that's a red flag. Okay, what are your green flags? That's an easy one, I think.
Green flags. Again, vulnerability. So if you're going to come to me and just say, oh, you know what, my kid just had a blowout all over the car seat today, I'm going to say, you know what,
Green flag.
happens to me all the
We're
time, girls.
besties.
Don't worry. Do you need help cleaning that up? And
Yeah.
so that's one. And I think like that level of humility, it doesn't matter whether you have a lot, a little, the same as me, if we're on the same like financial level. I just need that like realness. That's what I need.
Just keep it real.
Can you just be chilled and not be, a mean girl about things or
competitive.
Yeah, wait, we're going into red flags.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe we're being
Okay.
too red flag. But a green flag for me is also like if my kids like you. That's like a real,
Yes.
like if I see my kids like another parent, then I'm inclined to like that
Yes.
parent because it's like, oh, they're kind to like my
And
child.
if you love my kid as well.
Yeah, it's just such a
So
nice,
I
like,
love that
cozy
when
moment.
people, you have your own kids and you have your own things going on, but you still show that interest in my little one.
Yeah.
And like, can I have a hug? And
Yeah, it's
wow,
so
I love
sweet.
what you're wearing and I love what you're doing. And
Yeah.
it's very cute.
And then another green flag for me would be if you have a skill that I don't have. So I told you before, you know this, that I don't really enjoy playing. I don't find playing fun. So I always like attract very fun parents to be friends with, because I'm like, I admire that they're fun around their kids, and maybe I can like pull something from them. Like, and you once shared with our friend Sarah, you said you love that she, is like holistic and like knows all these wellness things, so that you can kind of like learn from that person. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. So I love that. I think like she was one of my first mom friends that I made that was someone I didn't know from before. And definitely we had like, I love the way that she parented her kids from what I could see. And I love that she had this holistic wellness approach to life. And I hadn't also seen that in like POC communities really. So that was like really cool for me. And she's just always super kind.
Yeah.
And
we love her.
Yeah, we love her.
We love her. And, this podcast is now about how much we love Sarah.
Yes, like she's just really kind and supportive. And like something that I found so amazing is like when I would tell her, okay, I'm going into hospital on the 11th of June. I barely remember it, but I swear to you, I don't know if she puts it in her calendar or what, but like 2 weeks later, it's like a few days before the 11th of June, she'll say, hey, how are you feeling? I know you're going in. Do you need anything? And, you know, just that, just be a good, genuine human being, you know. It's actually, I don't think that, I don't know if I'm going off topic now.
Well, I just want to say while we have this conversation offline that you are a green flag mom friend.
Oh, thanks, friend.
And I'm so glad we're mom friends. We can all kiss there. And I think for anyone who's listening, that I think the main takeaway today is just put yourself out there. Start with one person that you really enjoy, like we were talking about Sarah and how much we both love her. And reach out to that person, be brave, and have that coffee, or maybe without the kids first, like get a coffee together and just reconnect and build that relationship slowly. You'll build your village eventually. It starts with you being vulnerable. Tea.
Nice ending.
This is the new thing. Thanks so much for listening to the Friendship Hotline with Aqeelah Harron, our new friendship series. And I'd love to hear from you guys. What are your red and green flags when making friends with new parents? Whether that's a mom friend or a dad friend, let me know what you think and we'll chat more in the comments. And don't forget to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and of course find us on Instagram and TikTok. We have some cool social media content and we'd love for you guys to engage over there. We'll chat to you soon.